In this video, we will talk about how to use your garden variety search engine to find appropriately sized image formats to use in your presentations. We will start with going into our browser URL and simply typing in images.google.com. I use Google because I find that the simple interface keeps me away from distractions, news stories, what have you, shopping, etc. I can just focus on the task at hand. Also, Google makes it very easy to filter things in terms of image usage. Google Images knows what people searching the web for images are trying to do. And generally they are trying to find appropriate file formats, they're trying to find the appropriate file size, and they're actually trying to be pretty specific about any number of things. So I didn't bring you to just google.com, I brought you to images.google.com. And this is because you don't want to have to bother with trying to tell Google, no, please just look for images, don't bring up YouTube, don't bring up news stories, don't bring up shopping. I literally just want to see what images are available to me. But you can find your way into Google Images from the main site. But I thought this would be easier. So let's just say we want to look for bananas. What Google Images search does is it goes and finds all the images of bananas on the web of every possible size at this point and returns them to you. So here is where the fun begins. As you can see, the search has returned a number of pictures of bananas, like smiling bananas. We didn't even specify that we needed smiling bananas, and it returned to us smiling bananas. Also, it's given us a lovely blonde woman holding bananas. We didn't really ask for that, but it is looking topically for bananas, whether there's a keyword associated with that file, or whether it's on a banana domain where people are talking all about bananas all the time. Regardless, we're just kind of getting everything but the kitchen sink with the keyword bananas. But down below, within Google Image Search, we have these options. We can search for, it is showing us that we are within the Google site looking at images with the keyword bananas. Along here, we see different ways that we can search for pictures of bananas. So for example, just gummy bananas. What does this mean? Oh, you can have, wow, I didn't even know there's gummy bananas. But you get the idea. We can look for orange bananas, and we get banana oranges. I'm really quite disturbed by this search, but you see, Google can lead you on a wild banana chase. So here we are back in images. I'm going to close out the orange filter that I put on there, and we're going to bring back the original search results. So here, what I want to click on is Tools. So when I click on the Tools function within Google Image Search, it gives me the option to sort by size, by color, by type, by time, and usage rights. Size gives me the option to say any size, large, medium, or icon size, or larger than. And this is the option that at this time I would like you to consider using, because here it shows us we can get 400 by 300, 640 by 480, and 800 by 600. Now those are kind of, if I may say so, antique sizes. They are not very high quality, and at full resolution, meaning at their largest possible size, 400 by 300 would just be as if you were dropping a photograph into the middle of your slide, and it only occupied less than a fifth or sixth of the slide's total size. What I would recommend is just search by 1024 by 768. That's going to cut out all of the stuff that you don't necessarily want to see. Color, we covered that. We can select in here. I don't often do that because I have the ability to go into Photoshop and manipulate my color if I need to, but I'd rather gather as much as I can, because the more that you filter, the fewer results you get. Over here you can get by type, if we wanted to have faces, photos, clip arts, line drawings, animated. So if you're looking for vector art of a banana, a line drawing, which is vector art, you could do this. And the time. So say you're researching a time-sensitive topic. So for example, we are in September 2017 and Puerto Rico is underwater, and there's a lot of discourse about this at the federal level, about what our administration should be doing, what they are doing, etc. So you might want to say, show me only those pictures of Puerto Rico that have occurred within the last 24 hours or the past week, because you're going to get very different results. Okay, so this is when you're thinking about time and space and currency of information. information, visual information, you'll probably want to use these features if they are very popular issues you're searching for. And then usage rights. So those of you who are developing a presentation for the public, you're going to want to be careful about what images you choose. One of the dangers of grabbing information off the web is that there are copyrights for a lot of high quality photographs. Usually if you're getting that awesome photograph from the web, somebody probably owns it. Okay, so here within Google image search, you can see that they have already sorted these images by the permissions given from the author. So some files are labeled for reuse with modifications, saying, hey, Letitia, if you want to take that photograph and if you want to use it in Photoshop and mix it up a little bit, that's fine. You know, that's totally okay with me. Or labeled for reuse in general, so you can just reuse it, but don't manipulate it. Or labeled for non-commercial reuse. There's some people who are like, okay, I'll help the nonprofit organizations, but hey, Gallo, for example, or Adobe, or Ford Motor Company, no, you are not allowed to use my image. Largely because they know that those companies can afford to pay the big bucks to use those images. So we've already selected larger than 1024 by 768. What I want to do is select usage rights, and I'm going to say labeled for reuse with modification, or for reuse for modification. Because I am a non-commercial entity, I know that this will return larger results than would the labeled for non-commercial reuse with modification. And notice that my options get a little less stunning, okay? I don't know about you, but my son tends to turn away from the bananas when it has brown speckles on it. And isn't it interesting that all of the bananas that we're seeing in this context are now looking to be brown and not quite as perfect as those ones, which to me suggests that those images that we saw were high quality stock photography, not meant for us to use without paying for them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this banana here. And I want to view the image, and I see that I have a banana with a white background. Now the problem is I didn't specify in my keyword search that I wanted a certain file type. So I'm going to go back and revise my search to get me one that is the appropriate file type. So what I'll do is close out this image, and I'm going to go back up to my keyword, and because I'm looking for that transparency, PNG, and I'll search by PNG, which means Portable Network Graphic. And here I get results of files that I'm hoping will have a transparent background. So let's see these bananas. And I'm going to click View Image. Well, actually, you see this checkerboard, this gray and white checkerboard, that says transparency in the background. So let's click View Image. And what's quite easy to do here is to right click and click Save Image As. I'm going to go ahead and save that to my desktop and click Banana. I have just saved a bunch of bananas from a transparent background bunch of bananas from a location on the web that I can be optimistic I have the rights to. What's important to do is to save the location of this link and to make sure I provide proper attribution if necessary. We can get into that later.